So, we got some things answered. How would Devin Booker look without Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant next to him? How would Austin Reaves perform without Luka, Doncic, and LeBron James? And how intense would DeAndre Ayton be in his new environment? Now, like I stated in my last video, Ayton would be able to add value when it came to offensive rebounds. And to kick off the game, we gotta send back out to Austin Reaves for straight cash. But immediately, the Suns would answer with one of their own off a D-Book kickout, which would tie the game up at 3 apiece. Now, something I was big on for this season was Austin Reaves being more of an offensive initiator, so when he gets the screen from Ayton, not only does it allow him to attack downhill with an advantage, as here you can see Reaves setting a screen on Ayton's man as well. This here happens so when Ayton rolls, he can have a clear lane to go into, so if Allen was to slide over to help, Reaves could lob it up over the top. But as we roll the clip, you're going to see that Allen stayed put, so Reaves can easily coast to the rim for the bucket.
Comes off. Here's Reaves going all the way to the basket, something he does really as well as anybody.
With the Lakers up 2, the Suns go to a ball screen with D-Book being the ball handler, and right here is where you can make a ton of plays if you're Devin Booker. With Ayton so far in drop, this allows Booker to pull up in the mid-range if he wanted to. He could also snake back into a step-back three-pointer as well. But with him angling his drop towards the middle, this makes Rui slide over since he's the weak side help. And now look what we have open. A skip pass from Devin Booker to Dillon Brooks for pure money.
Is one of the most underrated players in this game. Here's Dillon Brooks, underrated offensively himself.
This quick back and forth offense would keep the game entertaining, and although it looked a little funky, Rui uses his size advantage to rise up over the smaller defender, and here we go with the and one.
He was under Frank Vogel's staff. Count it! And the foul for Rui.
But hold on, this wouldn't slow the Suns down. As on this play, you can see it's a two-man action with D-Book and Oso, with everyone else on the other side of the floor. This now lets D-Book come off to attack Ayton if he is to switch, but since Ayton released off and Reaves is now in recover mode on D-Book's hip, this is the perfect time to initiate a sidestep to create that space needed, and boy oh boy was this just smooth.
There's that guy, Devin Booker. I tell you, he is one of the 3 best shooters in the game.
This first quarter was high speed, high intensity, as Austin Reaves was able to handle past Brooks, which led to an aggressive putback slam from Ayton that was ruled a goaltend. But after they stole the ball back to get on offense, Rui would showcase his strength and patience to move his defender all the way into the restricted area before turning off his shoulder to bank this one in off the glass. This here would put the Lakers up 1 going back on defense, and that right there is a key word. Because with AD gone, the Lakers really didn't have a solid rim protector, so that's why they got this man that's guarding the pick and roll, and that's DeAndre Ayton. Now this isn't to say that he's the best rim protector ever, but even when he gets caught up on the seal while trying to rotate over, he still manages to fight through and send Brooks' shot flying into the front row.
Blocked that time by Ayton out of bounds.
At the start of this game, you were able to see solid moments from the Lakers defense as they were to stop any action from Devin Booker when he curls around to get the ball. And as good as this looks, I want you to remember here that Bronny can't make these mistakes of losing his matchup like this, because although Allen misses this shot, the very next time down the floor, the Suns run a high screen for Booker, and although you do want to help out due to D-Book being able to score the ball so well, you have to understand the player you're guarding, and now Bronny gives up another 3 to Grayson Allen, who this time cashes in. Not only did he mess up on that play, but once again Phoenix involves him in an action, and this time he stays with Allen by going over the top of the screen, and in theory it's not all his fault, as Ayton or Connect should have stepped over to close his gap off slightly, but with no help really present, this falls on Bronny as Grayson receives the ball back to go scoop this one off the window. After a couple slow possessions, the Suns find themselves up 3, and it seems like the younger Laker players have a problem with ball watching or getting caught in bad positions, because here when the penetration gets to the paint, you can see that Dunn is cutting baseline with no resistance at all, which leads to a backdoor reverse lay, and then to end another drought of possessions, Nick Richards gets the steal on Dalton Connect, which again shows you that the younger LA players just get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, and here comes an easy two-hander for the and one.
Well, easily, I guess. Nice dunk. Throw that one down.
With the Suns catching some rhythm, they use the ball movement to find an open three-pointer off the Royce O'Neal steal, and then once again, this shows you that moving the ball is always quicker than a lot of dribbles, as this time, Royce gets awarded with the money ball from D.
Royce O'Neal doesn't hesitate. Good stop and pop 3-point shooter.
At this point, the Lakers needed something to jolt their energy, as they were getting beat on the other end time and time again, so with just over 1 minute to go, Austin Reaves gets in his bag with this smooth crossover to get downhill, and with 2 defenders closing in on him tight, a regular layup would definitely get blocked in this situation, so this is where you have to place it high off the glass, and trust me, this takes major skill. It's Reaves going. As much as that play was needed for the Lakers, the Suns still used that ball movement to open up looks for shooters, and this time from the right side, O'Neal is able to knock it down to extend the lead to 15 points. Yeah, the Suns were locked in, and they took that into the second quarter, firing from deep once again to add fuel to the fire. But not only were they fueled, as Laravia hustled hard to fight for the rebound, which led to him throwing it off a Suns player to retain possession. And this ended up leading to the Lakers inbounding it to Austin Reaves, who was able to get creative with his footwork to evade the double to sink the and-one floater.
Lakers are down. Has not been a great count it! And one, and who else?
This here is what we want from Austin Reaves, and by that I mean playmaking, as we're going to see Reaves attract the attention of every single Suns defender when he penetrates inside, and instead of trying to collide inside with the bodies to try and complete the layup, he locates the open corner man in Jake Laravia, and this is pure butter. This playmaking Austin Reaves would lead to open roles for Ayton, which would be placed right on the money, but maybe a little too hot, but this didn't drop Austin's confidence at all, as once he got it back, he attacked the lane only to be cut off, but to dig in the bottom of his bag where the fries are was a must, and in Austin Reaves we trust.
One way, then the other, the footwork, the pivot, the score!
You would soon notice that the Suns had a hard time at stopping Austin Reaves, which led to them having to foul him to stop the bucket from happening inside. And although this possession ends in a miss, this open shot was all created due to the gravity Austin Reaves had on this action. When going back the other way, we get another glimpse as to why the Lakers grabbed DeAndre Ayton, as he absorbed the contact and then sent this right off the glass.
Trying to get their butt that time by DeAndre Ayton.
But hold on, Phoenix wasn't done, as they saw another opportunity to abuse Bronny James, as Butler skated right past him off the hesitation to scoop this high off the glass to put the Suns up 8 points. And even though Ayton wasn't able to stop the last play, when the Suns attacked Bronny James again here, this is the lob action they're looking for, but this time, Ayton was locked in and broke the play up before anything could happen. Throughout the game, you could see Ayton's impact, even if it was just the small things, as a ball screen that opened up a pass to the opposite side for a Rui splash ball that cut the lead down to just 3 points. And now with the game close, Booker would totally shift Rui with the crossover to get to his spot, and with Rui recovering hard, this is when D-Book can use that up fake to get him on that trampoline, stay patient to then step through, and this setup for the dunk was just beautiful. This here will put momentum back in the Suns' hands as they ripped the ball from Ayton to then get into a 3-pointer going back the other way from Dillon Brooks. And then with the Lakers in scramble mode trying to match up, you're going to see Booker become available right near the rim, so Brooks zips it down there in a quickness, and with relative ease, Booker gets positioning to put this up and in. Now when we talk about ease, it wasn't just in Booker's game, as Austin Reaves would use the screen from Hayes to set up the lob, and it pretty much was like Devin Booker was non-existent.
Lob under to Jackson!
Yeah, that was nasty, I can't lie. But this didn't shake D-Book, as he connected on a floater that led to a tough and one when coming back down the floor, and then a couple possessions later, he attacked the closeout to get to the middle of the paint to then use this ridiculous hook over the top for 2 points. This type of play would be what helped the Suns stay ahead, even though the Lakers made some good plays to put up points, but it wouldn't be enough. The Suns would go into the half with a solid lead, and just like the first half, the Suns seemed like they were more in sync the rest of the game. Of course, the Lakers had some plays that looked nice, but Phoenix was just taking advantage of the Lakers' defense time and time again throughout the second half. This here makes me ask you a question. Will defense be a major problem for the Lakers this year, or is this just a silly preseason game? And will the Suns be led effectively by Devin Booker with his playmaking like we've seen in this game? Is it just preseason and this won't really matter much? Let me know what you all think and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.